Okay, so I've been checking out this timeline deal on the whole massacre at Bluff Creek, and from what I'm understanding, and I've heard back from MK on this, from what I understand, they had been down there the day before. I'm talking about the Hendon Green, that bunch with the dog. Okay, they fly back up to Canada and they get a call, and they say what you are looking for is here. That's whenever this videos took with the dog sniffing around. I've left a link in the description for the video. I think that this video was took the same day and maybe the day after that Patty was filmed, the the PG film. So basically, MK's telling me that you know the way I'm understanding this is that they arrived back there, Patterson first, and then Green and Company very close. So they go down there. All right, Green, the Hendon, that bunch goes down there with the dog. They look around. I guess they didn't do very good. Fly back. They get a phone call. Come back down. The next day, they go to Canada. 24 hours later, they're back. So then Patterson and them are there first, and the massacre and all that happens. And that's the timeline as I'm understanding it. It's still a bit confusing. The whole thing is, but there's a lot of information about it. A lot of people has covered how MK is wrong, but explain to me, number one, this is what gets me the most. Explain to me how the shadows are so short in the PG film and that other film on October the 20th. Short shadows only happen in the summertime. That's all. Explain that to me. We'll go from there. Because it makes no sense for shadows to be that short, no matter what time of the day on October the 20th in the northern hemisphere. So explain that. Their story it don't add up. And a lot of people say MK's wrong. I don't know the whole truth. I wasn't there. But what he puts forth, and he's done a lot of research into it, talked to a lot of people about it, and he's got a lot of proof. Plain and simple. There's a lot of proof. That whole scene does not add up at all. Not at all. But anyway, other than that, uh, I mean, I really don't. I think that's how the timelines went. The videos were took, within at least a day of each other. Because if you look on all the videos, all of us short shadows, short shadows. So there's Patty, short shadow. Look how short for Patty is what 6'7", something like that. I think is what it said. Short shadow. MK was down there around the solstice. There's a lot in this film that just don't add up. Like I said, MK's put the work in it. He's put it, everything out there on YouTube or the Davis Report. You can go and look into it, and it's one heck of a rabbit hole. I'm just saying the story does not add up. And if someone can explain to me why there's short shadows, then I'm all ears. Oh, I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out right here in a minute. and then maybe I'll do another one. But I mean, the whole story goes, they were down there for a while. I mean, they were finding tracks. Logging company had called in the men to, there's damage being done to the equipment and stuff, and they kept finding tracks around it. So they hired in a bunch of different men. I mean, John Green was already in the Bigfoot business. There's a whole history. These were the researchers back in the day, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, stuff like that. That's there wasn't no YouTube back then, but they went around and they took reports and uh, did a lot of research. So he was just another researcher. It's kind of a small group, and yeah, I'll definitely check out the Thomas deal. I mean, I'm open to it all the way. The video itself is not a hoax. I mean, it's a real video, and you can go and look at the breakdown, see muscle movement. There's no way that's a suit, just absolutely no way. But the story behind it just does not add up. And explain the shadows. That's all. Well, if you're talking about his YouTube channel, I'm subscribed to him, so I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, the short shadows. I mean, in the summertime, the sun is overhead. You go out and look at noon right now. Tomorrow, go look where the sun is at noon. At noon, the sun is directly overhead in the summer, almost directly overhead. In the winter, it's in the southerly lean. That's that's how we get our seasons because the Earth is on a tilt on its axis, and that's how we get our seasons. So in the fall, it's further south. In the winter, like right now, it's a lot further south. But yeah, you're gonna get your shortest shadow at noon in the summer. I'm not sure what PDF is. I'll look right now. I'm not sure what PDF is. If that's gonna help in the search or what. Have I missed it where he's explaining it? I don't, is this even the right site? I don't think I can. If I click on that, then I'll click on it after it. If I do it right now, it'll take me totally out. But that looks like 113. 113. Okay. No, I'll poke around into it definitely. Maybe I'm just not on the right link. And if this is it, I don't know. If this is it, I'll put this description, or I'll put this link in the description too, in case anybody else is interested in looking into it. But I will definitely read up on it, and I appreciate that. Yeah, they were already filming a movie. He was going to make a movie, and he just they just so happened to ride into Bluff Creek and film a Sasquatch that's totally not acting natural, in my opinion. She just kind of a booger is incredibly quick. Now, I guess we don't know how old Patty was, what kind of condition her health was in, or anything like that. But I've seen these guys in action, and they are incredibly quick. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that Patty is real. No doubt in my mind. It's the story that don't add up to me. But her just walking away like she did, and them to happen to get it on camera like that. I mean, how many more videos are out there that's that good? Patty is the subject in the Patterson and Gilman. That is Patty. Uh, in my opinion, this is the best video ever of a Bigfoot ever. So these are just screenshots that I've captured to make points in other videos. Like those two look like totally different Bigfoot. But the way all the work that MK's put into the video, stabilizing it and bringing out things in it. I mean, you can see muscle movement. Uh, he, he's just done so many videos on it that I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that it's a real Bigfoot that we're looking at. Now, how them old boys do that is another story. Yeah, he's got a video about her leg. I mean, people call it a hemorrhage, or I've heard it's a gunshot, different things. I mean, I would just like to know the real story behind it, because she, she just don't that. She's not trying to get out. Instead of walking down that sandbar, why not make a left, go right up in the woods, and be gone in 5 seconds, gone. I don't know if he's wrong or not. I mean, I'm totally open to it. He actually, MK Davis has talked to Bob Gimlin about it, and Bob Gimlin got awful upset. And I guess he's probably got a few statements out there, which I've been looking for, but I really can't find anything on it about him talking about that. I mean, there's stories out there that she came back. She came back a couple of times. I mean, what would be so important for her to have to come back like that? Yeah, I'll try to find some interviews. Like I've looked for. It's just been busy around here. Thankfully I'm getting caught up. I got a few more things to do, but it's getting back to normal anyway. But yeah, I'm sure there's an interview somewhere. If anybody finds one, post a link to it in the comments after this video, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, I think the film is real. MK has done great work on bringing out a lot of detail, stabilizing the film. The film was hard to watch before he done anything to it, and that's another thing. Why would they put the film out in the public eye and use a degraded version, airbrushed version, for public consumption? You know, why not release the? There's a film out there that's that's a whole lot better, where it's original, not degraded or anything, but it's under lock and key somewhere. So why not show us that one? That's the Minnesota Iceman. That's another little cool rabbit hole to go down. I mean, I can't say for sure any of this is uh, what the truth is. What's just another story. But I mean, like I said, MK's done close to 20 years looking into this. Talked to a lot of different people about this. Uh, People that was around back then. He's talked to Mrs. Patterson. she's she's told him a totally different story about what happened. So there's that. Now, but, why would Renee DeHinda go around and threaten like 20 people? Threaten to kill him now. Okay, how's he getting away with that? I mean, he's tied into the government. There's a lot of money involved from the timber industry. So I guess everybody just makes it up that he threatened them. Yeah, I haven't found anything. And like I said, I've looked for Gimlin's response to this, and you can't find anything about it. I mean, why not make a response? Hey, Bob. Uh, I talked to D. He's supposed to be checking out his YouTubes and see if you're on the block thing, which we know you are, but he's definitely going to check it out. And like I said, it was probably an accident. The chat was flying and all that, but he's supposed to be checking it out. And that's another thing, Bob before all this happened was yeah, he'd shoot one and this and that. Then after it happened, he's in the no kill camp, and that might be another reason that maybe he's not saying what really happened. And this is pure speculation from me. Uh, you know, you shoot something, kill it, then you look at it, and for the longest time, Bob didn't want nothing to do with it, nothing to do with the film or anything. And basically until Renee DeHinden, the guy that went around threatening death on people, died himself. Then he came back in the public about it. So there's something going on there. I mean, he threatened Patterson's wife, bullied her into selling her the rights and all that. Bullied people out of their other rights to the film, and for what? To what end? To never show it. To put out an airbrush picture of the film. Come on. I mean, that sounds logical. Really? No, I didn't get the link. Bob seen it again because it showed link unavailable or something like that. I emailed you back and told you. Oh, absolutely. If a booger was to charge me or whatever, then you know, old Pearl's going to have something to say about it, hopefully. But I mean, just to go out and to listen, to go out and kill a family of Bigfoot, uh, skin them out, blood and guts everywhere, and you're looking at this thing that's human-like. I mean, that's just pure evil. If that's what happened, then that's just pure evil. And what would cause a man or men to do something like that? I mean, but believe it or not, men are known to do some wicked things. Look at Adolf Hitler. For $10. Yep, that seems like a great deal on the greatest scientific discovery of the century. Sell for $10. Enoch is a very interesting thing to look into. While I'm at it, I'm going to tell y'all something else. I talked to someone that did a big DNA study a few years back and was discredited by the scientific community, and I have gotten word back that there is something else in the works that a bunch of scientists are in on right now. So hopefully we'll be hearing more about that soon. Yeah, man, it's just disgusting at times. I don't, we've got our free will, but oh man, some of them just totally messed that up. Absolutely, Diane. I mean, it's just it all just boils down to good and evil. It's not even about testosterone. I don't think. I think it all boils down to good and evil. I mean, I'm sure testosterone has something to do with it, and that's the way we're made. But like I said, man's got free will, and some of them choose to serve the wrong master. Oh, absolutely, Shaky. I totally agree with that. Whatever I go out and hunt, that's going in my freezer, and I'm going to eat it. I could go out and kill 20 deer a season, no problem. But just to kill the kill is just silly. Like trophy hunters, I don't even go for those big racks. You can't eat the antlers off a deer anyway. I bet we can. She likes them. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the government has to know they're real. They have to. Listen, I've seen them. Thousands of people seen them, and I'm just a simple diesel mechanic, hillbilly, and I know they're real. So the government, with all the manpower and money in the world, has to know they're real. And I've had people that's in the army and people that may or may not have done DNA studies and got ostracized by not only the scientific community but also the Bigfoot community for putting out the truth, which seems to happen a lot whenever you try to put out the truth. There's gatekeepers in this community, but if we know they're real, then the government definitely does. And like I was saying, people, the ex-military and stuff, have had training on them. They have got them on surveillance video. The government does now, so they absolutely know for sure that they're real. Yeah, you can go back to what 2005, something like that, and he's got a lot of videos from it. Like I said, I got into this 2 years ago, And then, I was told by some people that, oh, MK's full of them, blah, blah, blah. But you go and you look at the proof. Explain the shadows to me. Someone please just explain the shadows to me. That's my biggest hang up. Oh, wow. People make a lot of decorations and stuff out of them. I've got a tree full of them. The ones the boogers bring in, I've got a couple up here on my mantle that the boogers are brought in. Plus, what I found out in the woods, I go shed hunting. Right now is the time of year to go out and go shed hunting. This month, next month. Heck, I've seen deer, depending on I think they're keeping their antlers longer now. Maybe it's where people's putting out more minerals and salt licks, mineral licks, and stuff out in the woods now. They're keeping their antlers a lot longer. Plus, the last couple of winters we've had are been pretty warm. And I've got pictures of deer all the way up to March and April from a couple years back on a game camera that still got their antlers. Yeah, it's just silly, the big game, and then they sell the ivory and stuff, and they're going to mess around, and then, we're not going to have those beautiful, beautiful elephants and rhinos and all that. It's disgusting, and people that buy that crap, they're disgusting, because ivory only comes from, a couple different animals. Burns their dead. I don't know if they would burn their dead. I don't know if they use fire. I mean, it would surprise me that they would bury their dead or stash it somewhere or something like that. But if Bigfoot's out building fires and especially something big enough to consume a body, that would put out a lot of smoke, and someone could see that smoke and want to check it out. So I don't know if they burn them. They don't. That don't sound right to me. But hey, who knows? They might do it. Yep, he did. Larry McGowan, something like that. He's got a video about that. The guy with the rifle. I mean, he's got all these pieces put together, and he's got not the whole complete story, but okay, berries. That sounds better. And that wouldn't surprise me that they would bury their dead. I've heard that too, Bob. But you know, there's stories, and there's the problem is, and this, I mean, it really sucks, is that we don't know the truth. We don't know it. We're not scientists. I mean, I might play one on YouTube by poking stuff with a stick every once in a while, but you know, that's what I'm saying. The government, if they were involved and they were doing studies and stuff, and if they could ever be truthful about something, then it'd be interesting to know more about these things. I have no idea what they are. I don't know what a booger is. I mean, I've got theories of what I think they might be, but for me to say for sure, I have no idea. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what they are. They are a creation by God, by the Creator. That's about all I know about it. You're great, man. My theories, I mean, like I said, I don't know. It's just, they could be, they're definitely a creation. Now, are they some sort of human hybrid? guess that's possible. Are they Nephilim? I guess that could be possible. Are they descendants of Cain? That could be possible. I don't know though. You're not shaky. Davy Crockett. I don't think I've seen that. Now Daniel Boone. There's a story about Daniel Boone, and there's actually Theodore Roosevelt, one of my most favorite presidents ever, has a story about him. And supposedly his friend seen it, Bodman or whatever the guy's name was. And I actually think that the Theodore Roosevelt story that he's telling about his friend, I think it was actually Theodore Roosevelt that seen the Bigfoot. And I think that's why he started national parks and stuff. Of course, this is just another uh, wood booger farm theory. Yeah, it was Daniel Boone. My great times, three or four greats. Grandpappy was Squire Boone, and that was Daniel Boone's brother. And they called him Yahoos. And there's places still yet here in Kentucky and some of the Appalachian regions that call them Yahoos. The natives, I mean, there's several different tribes, so there's, several different names for them. Around here, one of the main tribes was Cherokee, and they called them Stonish Giants. There's also Shawnee Indians, different branches like the Mingo tribe, Seneca Indians. There's just all sorts of different ones around here. Kentucky was the happy hunting grounds. Yeah, Squire Boone. Boone's Farm. Yeah. And that's another thing, like MK was talking about that I was watching, and you can watch the Freeman footage. And the way he's putting it is that's like a true giant. And then he's saying that Patty has like a mother on its mother's side, it's got human DNA, and on its father's side is unknown uh, cryptid, like a true giant, like you would see in the Freeman film, and just how big and massive that thing was. I used to drink Strawberries Farm. Oh, good night. I don't even know how I done it now. But it was Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill. That's what I used to drink. Ah, man, that give me heartburn so bad now. That's another reason I hardly ever drink anymore. I get heartburn bad. Back in the day, whenever we was youngsters, that's what we'd get. The Zimas, I remember the Zimas too. Ugh, Lord, what was wrong with me? Yeah, I don't either. It's the grace of God that I'm even still here. Some of the stupid stuff I pulled as a young feller. Ugh, by the grace of God. I never did get into the Mad Dog. I mean, I'm drunk and I ain't gonna lie about it. Uh, Boone's Farm was Boone's Farm was the top shelf for me, which I didn't drink that much of it. I drank more beer, I guess, than anything. Remember the little Mickey's grenades? Heartburn, yeah. I mean, if I drink a couple beers now, it'd give me heartburn. I don't even drink anymore. It's not even worth it. Plus, you do stupid stuff whenever you drink too much. Mickey grenade. But anyway. Alright, guys. Well, I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest today. And like I said, I'm going to look into the link that I was given. I put it down in the description if anybody else is interested in looking at it. I want to, I've got an open mind to all this. You can't have a closed mind to all this. I mean, basically, we don't know much about it. I mean, there's things that happen here that I try to remember and try to use for the next time, but them daggum sneaky boogers, every time I think I got something figured out, they switch it up on me. And, that's true. It's awful. Awful. But yeah, MK Davis has been doing a lot of live things on Facebook lately. And actually, he's live right now. So I'm going to end this. Y'all have a good night and God bless.